Okay, welcome class. Welcome to this new platform. So today, the session of today, I'm going just to show you how to subnet any network ID, and I'm going to start with class C for today. Okay. So for instance, I have this kind of network ID .0.0/25. Let me start with /25. We know that by default class C it has /24. When you have /25, it means that we have 1 bit borrowed. When you have 1 bit borrowed, we have 7 bit off. Okay, and also the question of today just is to calculate what we call the block size, what will be the block size of each subnetwork, and also what will be the subnet mask. By default in class C, we know that /24, this is the default one, and also when we have /24 as the default, also we have the default subnet mask. Okay, follow me guys. Then what will be the subnet mask of this network when you have /25? So it's very easy to find the block size. So the block size is the size of subnetwork, is the size of subnetwork after subnet your large network. So here you have the simple formula where we write x is greater or equal to 2 power m. This is the formula we use when you want to calculate the number of subnetwork. So here, let me apply the value of this m. This is the bit borrowed. X will be greater or equal to 2 power m, 1. And also x will be greater or equal to 2. It means that this network with /25, it will produce 2 subnetwork. And we know clearly that class C, the class C, it provides 256 IPs. Okay, this is, we call it the possible host or possible IPs. And also there is what we call the valid host, because in these IPs is included what we call broadcast IP and what we call signaling IP. Also, sometimes we call this signaling the network IP. Okay, here we go. Follow me guys. So now to find the valid host, you take the possible host minus, minus 2 IPs. Okay, you can't assign this IP on your host or end devices. So now here you have 256 IPs. This is the class C, and we have seen that this network, it will produce 2 subnetworks. So then if I want to know the block size of my subnetwork, I take this 256 divide by 2, number of subnetwork. Okay, here it will be because I know the value of this one, it will be 128. Okay, this is the block size. It will be the block size. Okay, let me show you. You can ask me, where do you find this 128? Let me show you. So you take 256, divide by 2, put 1. 1, it will be 2, 0. 5, it will be 2. It will be 4, 1, 6, 8. Okay, this is the block size. So when you have this kind of block size, it's very easy to find what we call the first IP, the last IP, and what we call the broadcast. Let me show you. So we have this kind of block size. We have 128. When you have 128, this is the size of each subnetwork. So here also you remove 2 IPs, one for broadcast, another for signaling. It means the valid host, it will be 126. Okay, you take this minus 2. Now let me show you. Let me use this kind of table. Here is the first first IP address. This is the last IP address. Also, this is, let me put broadcast. Please, we have this kind of network, 192.168.0.0/25. Follow me, guys. So now, what next here? Then here I have this kind of, let me put subnetwork. Here we use what to call the index. So here I have subnetwork 0. This is the subnetwork 0. I have 192.168.0.0. This is the subnetwork. This is the subnetwork 1 with this kind of index. So what will be the first IP? You take this subnetwork or this network, this subnetwork plus 1 IP. The first IP will be 192.168.0.1. This is the first IP from this subnetwork. So now, what will be the last? What will be the last? What will be the last IP in this subnetwork? In this subnetwork, okay? So you take this subnetwork plus valid host. Isn't it? Are we together? So now the last IP will be 192.168.0.120.26 because you have this valid IP. This is the last IP from this subnetwork. So what will be the broadcast? So to find the broadcast, just you take the last IP plus 1 IP plus 1 IP plus 1 IP. Okay? So, and you get 192.168.0.127. You see, this is the last IP. This is the broadcast from this network. Okay, then what will be the next or the last subnetwork? If you want to calculate the next subnetwork, you take the broadcast, the current or the previous broadcast plus 1 IP. It will be 192.168.0.128. Okay, so now let me show you the hint. You see, from first subnetwork to the next subnetwork, there is the difference of block size. Okay, because you have 0 and 128. You see, here you have the difference of 128 as block size. So from this next subnetwork, what will be the first IP from this? It will be 192.168.0.129. Okay. This is the first IP from this subnetwork. Then, if you want to calculate the last IP from this subnetwork, you take this subnetwork with 128 plus 126. It will be, my God, let me see. Okay, I remember. So it will be 192.168.0.254. This is the last IP. Let me show you. I know you are not familiar with mathematics, but let me show you. Just you take this current, we have 128 plus valid host, which is equal to 126. It will be 4152. Okay, you see? So follow me. So what will be the broadcast of this subnetwork? It will be 192.168.0.255. Okay, I know everyone is familiar with this kind of broadcast. So what will be the next? You see here, the next will be 196. Okay, like this, .1256. You see, now this is the end of my subnetting. Okay, here we have two subnetwork. We have this one and we have this one. This is what we call subnetwork. Okay, so now what will be the broadcast? No, what will be the subnet mask of this network? Let me show you. So when we borrow, so guys, follow me. So keep this in your mind. We have 128, we have 64, 32, we have 16, we have 8, we have 4, we have 2, we have 1. When you have 128, you have /25, 26, 27, /28, /29, /30, /31, /32. Okay, so now this is how we calculate the subnet mask. When you have slash 25, let me show you this hint. Many people, they're not familiar with this hint, but let me brace you with this hint. When you have slash 25, you have, let me put subnet mask. Let me put here the block size. This is the block size. So when you have 128, you have the subnet mask of 128. When you have slash 26, you have this kind. You take this plus this, you get 192. Okay. And when you have slash 27, you take this plus this, you remain with 224. When you have slash 28, you take this plus this, you get 24, like this, 248, 252, 254, and so on. Okay, so now, what is our network? We have slash 25. And let me check in my table. Here I have slash 20, slash 25. It means that this is the last octet of my subnet mask. Okay, let me show you. This is the last subnet mask of my network when you have 192.168.0.0 slash 25. Okay, so my subnet mask, it will be 255.255.128. And here you have the block size of 128. Okay, you see, when you have the block size of 128, also you have the subnet mask of last octet of 128. Guys, thank you for your attention, and see you next time. I do love you. Okay, guys, thank you.